Welcome to the 18th episode of the Pokemon Teams for Musical Artists series. Today, we have the artist that's been asked for a few times since we started this series, most recently by NTheNerd123 on YouTube. It's an artist that I'm inspired to do right now because I just finished the Dressrosa One Piece arc, and an artist that I'd never listened to before preparing for this episode. Here is Fish in a Birdcage's Pokemon team. Fish in a Birdcage is an artist that uses a lot of folk instruments accompanied by an electronic vibe that is extremely unique. Based out of Calgary up in Alberta, Canada, I think the perfect Pokemon to start this team off is one that represents a folk vibe and gives off some Canadian energy. Something like, Swadloon? There's something about this little guy that gives cabin in a forest near Banff energy, and I just can't get it out of my head. Fish in a Birdcage is just one guy, by the way. His name is Dustin Townsend, and he goes by Dusty, but he seems like one of the chillest dudes ever. Some classical training along with an electric cello and so many other cool instruments gives him such an interesting vibe, and we are going to give him a Pokemon just for his name. For Dusty, let's give him a Drillbur, the most common Pokemon that can come out of the dust clouds in Generation 5. Next up, we are going to talk about the song naming. Every song that was written only by Fish in a Birdcage is titled with a rule number. Whether or not the song title that follows that rule number makes sense, you'll have to ask Dustin about that one. I like to attribute it to the fact that through the artist's name and the song naming, Dusty feels a bit trapped by society. We'll talk more about this later, but for the rule number naming scheme of their songs, we're going to give him a Magnezone. It was the sheriff of Treasure Town in Pokemon Mystery Dungeon, and it feels like it would be quite the rule follower. For his fourth Pokemon, I'm going to give one for my favorite song of his, that being rule number 34. As someone who listens to a lot of music for the vibe, I'm not going to go into too much detail about what rule 34 is in life, but this is definitely a play on that when it comes to the content of the song. For the first verse, it gets into some spider terminology, so what better time to give out Tarantula than now? It's a cute little fella, and I've been trying to find a way to put it on a team for a while now. The Fish in a Birdcage name is made up of two main parts, the fish and the birdcage. It's named this because of the metaphor about how putting a fish that is able to fly, quote unquote, in the water is stuck inside of a birdcage. Now you may say the same thing about birds in a birdcage, and you'd be right. However, the idea of a fish is that it's something that isn't made for the cage. In this case, a specific environment or culture. This is what Dustin is getting at when he talks about it. He can sometimes feel stuck because of where he is or unable to live up to his potential. So we're going to give him two Pokemon for this. The first of those being Finneon, the wing fish Pokemon. It resembles very closely the fish that are commonly depicted in the album covers and fits everything about the fish that we just talked about. For the second and final Pokemon, we are going to give Fish in a Birdcage one of the newest legendaries, Regieleki. Its signature move is Thunder Cage, which damages Pokemon and traps them, doing damage every turn similar to Fire Spin or Whirlpool. Obviously, it's a true cage move, but the combo of it being an electric type move and our fish being water type helps this example twofold. So there we go, Fish in a Birdcage's Pokemon team. Let me know what Pokemon I got wrong, what you would change about this team, and what artists you would like to see next down in the comments.